Solo.
And hello! Welcome to Solo Playthroughs on this day after Christmas. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Looking like my settings are good. One thing I will note, I am sacrificing a little bit of frame rate, so my hand might be a little bit, I don't know, not as smooth as would be ideal, but I'm trying to get my light balance right. And for some reason, when I do that, my frame rate gets worse. I don't know. It's all very complicated and very technical, but I'm doing the best I can here, people. So I think this is a better look. But if someone's really getting dizzy by this, let me know, and I will definitely try to continue to twinker. I'm going to twinker with things around here, which is a certain kind of tinkering, I guess. If someone could stop in the chat and let me know the audio was good. Adam JC says, Merry Festivus, Greg. Hello to you. Thank you. Merry Festivus to you. I hope everyone got what they wanted from Santa. I got most of my Santa list much earlier in the month. So, Sarah and I are not huge gift givers. And with my family, it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't need anything. And I don't want my family buying me board games. That's generally a bad idea. So yeah, we just take each other out for meals and, go with food and stuff like that. Consumables. I will buy my non-consumables because if it's in my house, I want to make sure I want it. My family is super loving, but yeah, gift giving is not necessarily a huge thing, but it was an amazing time with family. And my nieces kept things lively and kept me busy and kept my shoulders. Oof. I started the thing with my nieces where I swing them around like a clock, and my shoulders are really sore today, but absolutely worth it. So they're all at a kids museum for the morning. My wife and my brother-in-law and his kids and my sister-in-law. So I have a couple hours to have Uncle Greg time, which is going to be super cool. Q Long says, finally managed to catch this live. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, sir. And Madi Mahaba, sir. Hello and Merry Christmas. Audio video is all good. I don't notice any real lag on the video. Excellent. Tony Burnett. Merry Christmas, Greg. Merry Christmas, Tony. White Donkey, nuts, and chocolate for the win. There was nuts. There was chocolate. There was more of both. There were cookies. There were cakes. Yeah, there were lots of sweets in this house. At some point, my niece kept asking for more, and my sister-in-law was like, "Hey, how many sweets have you had today?" And she, my niece, Sarah Christ, she's 4. She's like, 1, 2, 3, 13. Yep, that's about right. So she probably got the 14th. I don't know how that story ended, to be honest with you. I was too busy laughing. All right, we have these 4 countryside tiles. They all have a mine on it. I'm going to shuffle up the rest of these countryside tiles, and we're going to add 3 to the mix, and we'll get this thing started. Do I have a paper cut or something? My finger is starting to hurt. This is I know, riveting TV, guys. Ugh. Why? I don't know what's going on there, but that's fine. We'll overcome. This too will pass. I don't. I mean, I don't know if we're going to overcome today, to be honest with you. This is going to be a really hard challenge. And while I love Norowas, I think Norowas was number 3 on my top mages list. I think I had him 3rd. I mean, I think the things you can do with Norowas and Volkare's Return, Volkare's Quest, I mean, his ability to get units is super, super strong. Bonds of Loyalty, amazing. I mean, just amazing, amazing skills. But in a scenario like this, where the action economy is so tight, and I'm not sure we're going to have the opportunity to get units. We'll see. That said, I did have a collection of 3 units last time with Wolfie, but we still ended up, I mean, I had no elemental attack. We still ended up, I think, 7 points of attack short of pulling that one off, and that was super sad. So I'm not going to go ahead and roll a die today. I feel like this is a random shuffle, so we're just going to go with this. Now we're going to have to take one of these non one of these core tiles, one of these non-city core tiles, and again, we have the 3 that have the mine. There's one with a blue mine, one with a white mine, and one with a green mine. The red mine for the core tiles is on the red city. The red city is always included as part of Mine's Liberation. So I'm rolling a die. We get a 4, so I'll take the middle one. And now we're going to take these 2. We're going to randomize placement. Madi says Madi says, I am on my way back from visiting my niece and nephew and my brother and sister-in-law, and I'm watching you on the train. Awesome. Very cool. I hope you are, maybe you picked up Mechanical Beast already. Maybe you're playing a game of that. We'll see. Man, I spent the 2 days before Christmas. I finally got, no, actually it was Christmas Eve. I was supposed to get it the day before, but I got it Christmas Eve. I got my shipment of folded space inserts. Again, I received review copies of Spirit Island and the Gaia Project insert from them, and then I paid for the Madara insert, or they switched it to, I forget. They gave me a deal on the Madara insert. I forget how it all worked out. But and I was putting them together. I got all those organized. That was actually a fun project. That's they're really nice. I am not an insert guy. At least I wasn't. I might have folded space might have converted me for sure. The price points is so much more reasonable than like the wooden inserts. At least as far as my money is concerned. I rolled a 1 there. That will go there. This is now our terrain deck. And I'll put this off camera right in front of my face. I need to figure out who my dummy player is. So to my left, we have Bravelar. Who are you? Tovak, Arethea. Man, my visibility is awful. Wolfie, Krang, and Goldix. Rolling a die. I rolled a 2. That is going to be Tovak. Got some interesting defensive skills that could come in handy. I'm going to take the cooperative skill, the competitive skill. We're going to add that to the mix, and then we'll have the cooperative skill on the side. Again, the competitive skill is just there as a proxy because of the discoloration issues. Thank you, WizKids, and all of your amazingness. This comes out for now. Put that over there. I do have the card cam up and running. I know people missed it, so was able to get that all configured for this morning. This will work. And I'll put this over here. And then I already shuffle up Norowas skills. I don't know if I did or I didn't. I'll shuffle them up again, just in case. Make sure we're having it all thoroughly done here, people. So Madi says, no, I did not arrive yet. I was still playing Resist. I have not played that game at all. So I did just get from Gigamech. So Gigamech is the one that made Mechanical Beast, along with Side Door Games, I think it is. They just sent me a review copy of McKee, so I'm super excited to dive into that as well. And then Adam says, I did not get my Christmas watch. I didn't get my Christmas wish receiving Frosthaven before the holidays. Yeah, I did get my Frosthaven already. I think anyone who got, like, I don't know if you bought the insert with it or whatever. I think those are seem to be at the end of the line because my friends who got the insert haven't gotten their Frosthavens yet. I did get mine. I have it all organized. I mean, sad reality is I'm probably not diving into that for a month or so. I'm actually still trying to figure out my gaming group. I have a lot of potential ways that this could work out because people are trying to figure out who they're playing Frosthaven with, and it's just kind of like, we'll figure that out later. I mean, I am at a place with big campaigns that I'm like, oh, dude, there's just so much content. But yeah, Frosthaven does look awesome, so I'm sure I will enjoy it when I start diving in. I need to get I'm just using Arethea's deed deck, so just kind of, it is what it is. Again, it could be 16 pieces of paper with colors. It doesn't matter, but I do want to get the cheat sheet for Norowas skills, as well as, Tovak skills, as well as get the Tovak card. So we're going to start in Tovak's inventory with 2 blue crystals and a red. Adam says, I think an insert just a solo expansions add-on. Oh, weird. Yeah, no, I got that. So that's, I get solo expansions add-on. I think I get that package that had the removable stickers, the foreteller app. I love the foreteller stuff, man. I mean, Madara, like without foreteller, Madara I think is just unplayable, and I love Madara. That's, again, speaking of big campaigns, and I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna actually sit down and get through that, because that is something that's on my list to do. But we'll see. So yeah, I did get it. It's so random, some of those deliveries. I mean, that Kickstarter was so huge. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be fulfilling that into February, it seems, with the number of backers that had. All right, let me go ahead and roll. Man, shuffling and rolling. I just some reason my brain just conflates the two. Which again, it's this mechanical, manipulation of things to get randomness. So I guess they do belong in the same, you know, little corner of my brain. But we're gonna shuffle the elite units. Again, I have the elite units in green. We're gonna shuffle up the regular units. I have them in blue. And even though this is a 4 round scenario, it does not have the blitz rules where you are getting like an extra unit and an extra die in the source, instead an extra unit than the offer, I should say, and an extra die in the source. Instead, we just have 3 and 3 of each, which does add to the difficulty. I do have all of the expansion content shuffled in. As far as cards go, we are only using the base game tiles, so tiles 1 through 11 for countryside tiles. I just think the balancing of this would be a little bit whacked out if you start including the expansion content. Again, this was one of the 2 playable scenarios that was not solo conquest from or first recognizance from the base game. You had, again, Mind's Liberation, and you had um, dungeon lords. The other scenario, you could play like druid knights and whatever, but they're more like beat your own score things. As far as things that actually have a true win loss condition, there's Mind's Liberation and dungeon lords, and then again solo conquest and solo conquest blitz. So we're going to put out 3 regular units in the offer to start the game. We have the thugs, we have the illusionists, and we have the guardian columns. Awesome. I'm going to shuffle up Tovak's skill deck over here. Again, it is Arethia's, but hang in. Yeah, this is, I got the same pledge, just no insert. Yeah, cool. Cool. I forgot that that pledge. I was like, I didn't order the reusable stickers. Like, I think the reusable stickers, like my friend has them for Gloomhaven. We're never. It doesn't matter. Like, we're never playing through that campaign again. I mean, it's very ambitious, right? You're like, hey, here's a 100 scenario campaign, and just when you want to play it again, here's reusable stickers. It's like, that's not happening, dude. No way. No way, no how. Too many other good games. At least not for me, man. I know every game has that community of people that I play nothing but this. I will play this for the rest of my life, and I will be happy. And that's amazing for those people. And part of me is envious of that, because I do miss when I had like 4 games that I went super, super deep in. And but I just love the variety of seeing other games too much to do that, right? Part of me's like it's wild. Like, I played through Gloomhaven 4 times. I was like, man, that's impressive and amazing. And I'm sure you're learning things about Gloomhaven that I never will. But for me, there's just too many other games I want to see, and I'm like a fish. It's like, oh, look at that shiny object. It's really pretty. Let me play that. So, which is part of the joys of this channel, or the way it kind of has encouraged me and kind of accelerated my ability to dive into a wide variety of different games. So that's what I get out of this. Among many other things, for sure. So we have the spell offer here. So rolling, shuffling, one of those 2. I'm going to put out the initial spell offer. We have Wings of Wind, Wings of Night. We have Space Bending. The Wings of Wind could be actually pretty awesome. Wings of Night could be pretty awesome. Saying, hey, just play movement points so they don't attack. That could make life super easy. I mean, super interesting. I think the big thing that I've learned in Mind's Liberation, and what makes Mind's Liberation so hard, is that if I can get an early Mage Tower, that I can get that card, right? Because we have mana bolt's also very strong, right? And we'll have the mana for it. But if I can get a good spell or 2 in that first round while getting a unit, that'd be a really nice start to this game. But the Mage Towers often end up in places on the map that you just don't have the time. Like, the action economy in Mind's Liberation is so extreme. You just don't have the time to get over there and siege the Mage Tower and then spend a round to recruit. It has to work. If it doesn't work, if it's not on your path, you cannot do it. You do not have the actions. This is a 4-round scenario. It is tight, and tight. So yeah, so we have Wings of Wind, we have Space Bending, and we have Mana Bolts. I like the first and the third of those. I'm not going to be a huge fan of Space Bending, although it's not crazy. The one thing that's unfortunate, if I do get Wings of Wind out of there, Oh, Wings of Wind's so good. I really want to get that card. Then Space Bending will add another blue crystal to Tovak's inventory, which does add to the randomness of, hey, is the dummy player going to basically, go through their deck so fast that one of these rounds gets super truncated because of an unlucky card draw from the dummy player deck. The initial advanced action offer is going to be Chilling Stare. It's going to be Crushing Bolt. And then last but not least, we have Intimidate. I'm going to shuffle the artifacts. Intimidate's great. It's a lot of attack. Chilling Stare can be very good. Again, it doesn't work. Well, the chosen enemy does not attack will not work against any enemies that have ice immunity ice immunity, not immunity, ice resistance. Mate says yes, Wings of Wind is so handy to get around those stupid rampaging Draconum. It's so good, man. That card, the original Wings of Wind, for those who don't know, like Wings of Wind, Wings of Night was definitely nerfed. The original Wings of Night was basically like it just prevented anyone from, you just skipped the attack phase. And it was like so broken. And now Wings of Night is, hey, you have to, you could spend movement to make things not attack, which is a lot more balanced, because the original one was just so bananas. Like all my early wins in this game, I think, were because of that card. Like that was back in the 5/8 level when I was really struggling to win on 5/8. And then again, that was one of the things that was nerfed in the Lost Legion. It was like, that's too strong. So alas, it was. All right, I'm gonna make sure I have 16 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Excelente. I'm gonna shuffle these and put this here, and we will have our starting terrain tiles. All right, what do we got? We got a village. Well, we can recruit in a village. Don't mind that. We got a little bit of a thugs over there just chilling, saying hello. And then we have, it's a mage tower, but it is in a desert. I did not get any mines either. So that means that out of the 5 countryside tiles remaining, exactly 4 of them have mines. So that's super interesting. We're going to put this mage tower face down. We have a marauding orc over here. It's just hard to get into that desert in the day. I mean, it's really hot, guys. It's really hot. This rampaging orc, I'm going to put this one here. It is the skirmishers. Again, 2 attacks of a 1. Only 4 armor, but only 2 fame, so you don't even get the level up out of that. And then here we have more skirmishers. It's like, so I'm just thinking, I don't think I've seen the skirmishers in a couple of games. And then I see both of them. That's a really unfortunate unit, because again, they don't even give you the level up, which is kind of bad. And then we have a ruins over here. If I spend, it's a temple. If I spend 3 red mana of any kind, crystals, the source, whatever, I can get 7 fame. That could be an interesting fame, bump, but again, we're not going to have the mana, and we don't have the time to try to make that work. This village is unlikely to be useful because it's in a swamp. I'm not going to want to spend 7 points of movement, especially if a part of me is thinking about, can I spend 5 points of movement to get into that mage tower to get Wings of Wind, Wings of Night? But is that like enough? Can I get enough done on this turn by defeating these skirmishers, maybe recruiting the thugs, although the illusionists actually are, I'm sorry, the guardian golems are really interesting. The illusionists are also really interesting. Lots of options, but is that enough of a turn, right? If I just end my round on the mage tower and do maximum things, is that going to be enough with 3 rounds left to go forth and then defeat 5 mines? I don't know. That's really, really tight. So I'm going to draw my opening hand. Oh, let me roll the dice for the source. It is a red, a green, and a green. I'm going to get 5 cards into my hand. We have Threaten. We have Noble Manners. Just filled with influence, guys. Rage, Stamina, and Mana Draw. I think I need great start, because at this point the skirmishers are annoying. I don't even have move 6 to get into that village. I think the Golems or the Illusionists are probably better, but they're both going to be really hard to get when I started with my influence cards in my hand. Dual Manners would give me a fame, which even if I beat the Skirmishers, that would give me 3 fame, which would give me a level up pretty quick. So, hi, Xsolara X1 says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. Hope everyone, again, had a fantastic holiday as I'm dawdling here. All right, let me, wound. Let me get great start. I don't think I want to waste time with these skirmishers, man. They're super annoying. All right, great start for the win. I immediately draw 2 cards. Rejuvenate and crystallize. Wow. It's supposed to be a great start, not a mediocre, unhelpful start. And I know this is a little dark over here, but I don't. That's weird. Do I have this tilted? I probably have this tilted more than I normally do. Let me see if I can get a little light in there. Nah, it's not gonna work. It's not worth messing with. So sorry about how dark that is. I could try to brighten that up. Brio camera settings, configure video, exposure. That's a little better. I like it. On the fly. We'll do that. All right, we're going to it is a little bit too zoomed in though. Did you guys getting the full service here? Excellent. All right, now it's a little bit more visible. So I'm gonna have to roll for the number player. Please roll a 6. No, I rolled a 3. So Tovak is first. These 2 cards are out. Mana Steel's out of the game. Let's go ahead and do Tovak's turn, and then I'll figure out what the heck I want to do because it's not going to be the most obvious choice. So we get March, which is a green card. We get a red card, and then last but not least, we get another green card. Tovak has no green crystals in his inventory, so he does not pull any more cards. My turn. I am going to I mean, of course I have a stamina and not a march. I mean, I could move. Wow. I could try to defeat the skirmishers and heal 2. No, I don't have this. I'm not going to have the source for that. That's a wild initial draw. It's like the worst draw. Rocket Magnet. Merry Christmas, everyone. Also, make it to actually play Mage Knight tomorrow is all day free. Awesome. Hello, Lee. I hope you are having a great day. I am kind of stuck. Like I have move 2 in my hand. I mean, that's really hard to do. What a garbage draw. I might just use Rejuvenate to move to draw 1 card, and just it has to be a movement, right? I pulled 7 cards. I have 8 cards left in my hand. 3 of them are movement cards. 2 of them are swiftness. So 5 of the last, and 1's improvised. So like 6 of the 8 cards in my deck would give me some sort of movement. Ah, that's amazing. I do have mana draw as well. So if I wanted to get to use another die from the source, yeah, I think my whole round is all of a sudden I'm going to just have to end on that Mage Tower and just hope for a miracle the rest of this game. And I'm not gonna waste time at those skirmishers. Not with these cards. Not with these cards. I mean, if I get a really good hand, I could bring them into the battle. But first and foremost, I have to see what the heck is in that Mage Tower. So I'm going to play Rejuvenate. and power it with the green and get 2 more cards. It's a stamina. Where's the march? A concentration. Wow. Okay. I'm going to use mana draw to play another card to get another mana. I'm going to use concentration and power stamina. That's going to give me move 6. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm adjacent to this, so this reveals. It is the Fire Mages, so that's 3 wounds for sure. And of course, I gave away all my heal abilities because I had to draw more cards. And then I'm going to go into here. I'm not going to mess with the skirmishers. It doesn't make any sense, but at least I am where I want to be. I can pillage the village, draw 2 cards, take care of the Fire Mages next turn. It's going to be 3 wounds, and my armor's only at 2, but I'm just going to have to make that work. So I'm not going to recruit. I'm going to try to get the Guardian Golems or the Illusionists. I think they'll be more effective for me than the thugs going forward in the rest of this game. So rolling these 2 dice, because I use 2 dice from the source, we get a green and a black. That black is super helpful. Always makes me happy. I'm going to, during the day, I'm going to pillage the village, lose 2 reputation, get 2 cards, improvisation, and march. I mean, these cards could not come out any worse. Unbelievable. Starting with my influence cards, I mean, there might have been an argument to do a rethink, get the influence cards back in my deck. That probably would have been a little bit of a smarter move than the great start. But with my luck, yeah, that was rough. So Tovak's turn. It is battle for. It's a red card. It's a blue card, and it is a white card. No white cards in Tovak's inventory. So we are good. I'm going to have to move 5. I mean, I don't even think I have 5 attack. This has been so impressively not good. Woof. There's 5 attack for me. All right, we're going to move 2, move 2, move 4, move 1. So that's move 5 altogether. So I'm moving it to here. I'm losing a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. I cannot bring these guys in, so that's not happening. This is going to, we're going into the range or siege attack phase. So siege attack, because it's a fortified site, I'm not going to be able to defeat it. I would need siege attack 5. I don't have siege attack 1. I'm going to take 6 points of damage. My armor is still only a 2, so that is going to be 3 wounds. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to go to the melee phase. I'm going to play improvisation. I'm going to discard this rage to power improvisation. I'm going to power this with the red from the source. That is physical attack 5. Now this is a block or attack effect. The fire resistance means that it's immune to the non-attack, non-block effects that are powered by red. This is a attack effect, so that doesn't matter. So I have defeated this. That's going to give me 5 fame. I go from 0 up to 5, and that one is out. So I'm going to take these 3 wounds. They go into my hand. I have both of my influence cards, which makes me happy. I'm going to roll this. I rolled a green, which is absolutely garbage. Because that's how I roll. I'm going to get my reward. My reward is going to be Wings of Wind, Wings of Night. I just get a spell that's from the spell offer, and then I can go ahead and, well, let me put a flag there. Where are my flags? My shield is here. This is mine, baby. And now I do my level up. I'm going to look at my top 2 skills. A Bonds of Loyalty would be amazing. Nope, we have Motivation, not Bonds of Loyalty. This other skill is the cooperative skill. Not a huge fan. The cooperative skill explanation card for Norowas Mana Overload. Nope, I lied. Calming the Weather. Once per round, the move cost of all terrains is reduced by 2 for this turn. Put this in the center. Any player may return it to you face down to reduce move cost for all terrains by 1. I have Wings of Wind. I think that's going to take care of some movement concerns. So I'm just going to put this over there. Now I could use Wings of Wind and actually get there next turn. Might be a good idea. So maybe I can get some exploring done, because getting move 5 is going to be rough. Well, first I want to recruit, obviously, because that is what I do. I would have really, really liked Bonds of Loyalty. That's a good offer for Bonds of Loyalty if I was able to get it this turn. But again, this offer is this source has been not super cooperative. So I'm gonna move this down. Oh, I gotta get my advanced action card. My advanced action. Man, I'm already worried about how much influence I have. 4, 2, a -1. I'm gonna need more influence, which is freaking crazy. I think that attack 7 from Intimidate's too good to turn down. This needs to get replenished. We have Expose. I'm going to take Intimidate. Again, opportunities to get a lot of attack are pretty important. That Siege attack is not as important here. Again, adding a Chilling Stare to Tovek's deck isn't ideal, especially since we're going to be adding 2 blues, it seems. Man, if I can get the influence and the mana, getting Mana Bolt out of there isn't the craziest idea either. But I also want to get one of those units, which is why Bonds of Loyalty would have been so helpful. I just want to get these wounds out of my hand. I have no more influence cards though, so there's like no point to do that. Yikes. All right. Tovek had 2 turns. I had 2 turns. Tovek's 3rd turn. It's a white. It's a green. It's a green. So again, he's gone through the minimum number of cards. That's been a helpful beginning of this game. I'm going to oh, that could be an interesting combo. Yeah, I'm going to use this, my motivation skill. I get 2 more cards because I really want this extra influence. So I have Wings of Wind and Intimidate. There's still no red there, but that's fine. I'm going to I'm going to interact for my action. I also get a white crystal. I'm going to interact for my action, so I get... Oh, man. There's no blue, so I couldn't get Mana Bolt anyway, because I would really like that. Ah. And 3... stupid. If I get 3 more fame, I will be at a 2nd command token. This has been so unfortunate. Just, yeah, this is not coming together, and that's concerning. That is concerning. Intimidate, influence. I'm not using the dice in the source, so that's not getting any better for me. F+4, gain a white crystal. What I was thinking was I could get the illusionist and then immediately use the illusionist to get more influence and beget something from the spell offer, but I don't have a blue because I never roll what I want. So I don't love, again, the Mana Bolt space spending combo, because that's just going to mean Tovek's going to be so loaded up with blues that my rounds are going to be very much in jeopardy. But I don't think I can worry about that. I just have to hope I get lucky, which is not great. Fame and reputation. All right, I played Intimidate for Influence 4. I'll play Noble Manners. I think I need to get that fame, because then if I kill the skirmishers, at least I'll get a level up. So then I'll hold on to this Threaten, which next turn I can rest, draw the rest of my cards. I'll get rid of Threaten because I'm not using any more influence. So that will work. Let me get the Guardian Golems. I think that will help. That fire block, fire ice block could be great. I get the Illusionist. That wouldn't work against enemies with Arcane Immunity. Yeah, I get the Fire Golems. That's fine. I lose a reputation because of Intimidate, but I gain a reputation because of Noble Manner, so that cancels, but I do get +1 fame, so that will be helpful. This will go away. The source is still garbage, but thank God Tovek's been a little slow. Let's see what Tovek does on his turn. I'll put my big arm in the way here. If we have Promise, we have Stamina, so a white, a blue, and another blue, 2 cards. 1, 2, another white, and another blue. My turn, I'm going to rest to get rid of these 3 wounds and threaten, get them out of my hand, draw to my hand limit, which is 5. We get Swiftness. Of course we do. Swiftness, Determination, and Rage. Raging up. So we have no access. Like, yeah, the sources is basically garbage. That's really frustrating. And I needed that white to get the fame from Noble Manners. This is going to be a march. So I can use a green next turn. Try to march out of here. I'm not going to be able to do any recruiting, which is crazy. Yeah, that's this is not looking good. Tovak's going to go. It's a red. It's a red. Tovak's declaring end of round on his next turn. On my turn, I will take on the skirmishers. Sure, we're going to use Wings of Wind to block 1. Again, the skirmishers are attacking with 2 attacks of a 1 each. Both the attacks need to be dealt with separately. I don't have enough range attack to defeat them. I do have 2 swiftnesses in my hand, but I don't have the white crystals to actually attack them. So the 1 Wings of Wind is going to take care of the first attack 1. The second attack 1 I'm not going to block. It's going to be assigned to the Guardian Golems. The Guardian Golems have physical resistance 3. Since they absorb that, they don't. Again, if up to 3 they absorb it and don't take a wound, so they absorb that 1 point of damage. They don't take a wound. Everything's good. And now we go to the attack phase. In the attack phase, I'm going to play Rage for attack 2. I'm going to play Determination for attack 2. That's attack 4. We have defeated the skirmishers. We get 2 fame. That gives us a level up, and we get 1 reputation. And I was never had enough I mean, if I got the Illusionist, oh man. But yeah, I just wouldn't have had the mana. So I'm trying to think, if I got the Illusionist, that's going to be influence 4. I could have done the same thing if I had just figured out this math. But influence 4, if I had kept this, that's still 5, 6. I think I need to start moving. I'm just stuck in no man's land right now. Could I get the Illusionist and the Golems? Because I could still have done this. It's the same exact math. I got so much information though after I drew those cards, but not really. I could have just Wings of Wind. I knew was kind of trash because I don't have the white, but then it's super risky. With the thing. Yeah, let me have taken the Illusionist. I mean, it's a little revisionist history, and I'll hold on to Threaten. And I could have used that. Because what else? Where am I moving to? Nowhere. So if I have the Illusionist instead of the Golems, again, they still have physical resistance too, so I could have done the same thing with the second attack from the skirmishers. And now maybe I can recruit something else. Plus, I mean, that's pretty strong. The white crystal in my inventory is pretty strong. I need white crystals, especially when the Wings of Wind. That would have been another way to get a white, though. But I would have had literally no other card. When I did the rest, I only had Wings of Wind or Threaten. Oh, what did I block with? Right, I used this for a block. Yeah, so this would have been a block. That's fine. Attack, attack. I think that still makes the most sense. I would have said Wings of Wind's not that helpful. This is only going to be move 3 next turn. I get to stay here. Maybe there's another spell I really want to get. I kind of like that. I think that's the smarter play. Try to get another spell. I'll have the mana. We'll see what comes up in the offer. I can potentially get mana bolt if I can get a blue in the offer. And then I'll always have access to this Influence 4. I kind of like that combo, and it still gives me the chance to get the Guardian Goblin for the end of this turn. Now, the problem is I need 8. And by killing the skirmishers, now I only need a 7. So that's a lot more feasible. All right, cool. I like it. A little revision this history, never hurt anybody. All right, so I level up. We get this. Weehaw! So my armor is now a 3. My card draw is still a 5. And now I grab this. And I think I will have exactly... Nope, I can get the 8, which is great. Tovek declares end of round. On my turn, I'm going... Why is there a shield here? What did I do? Why is there a shield in Tovek's? I don't know why there's a shield on Tovek's card. It might have been stuck. I think it was stuck on his base, which is funny. So my turn, I'm going to recruit again. So I'm interacting. I'm standing Influence 4, Influence 5, 6, Influence 7. I'm basically wasting this movement. I only need 7 because of that, and that's going to let me get the golems as well. So the unfortunate thing about this is it's not like I have physical resistance 5. So if I have something with 5 points of damage, I can't assign 2 points of damage to the golems or to the illusionist and 3 points to the golems. You have to fully assign. So if I have 5 points of damage, it would essentially be 4 points of damage to the illusionist because they would absorb 2, then get wounded. And then I could assign that last point of damage to the golems, but I would still have a wounded illusionist, right? So you have to like think about it that way. But that I think was good. Getting 2 units. Let's lean into what Norowas does well. I should have gotten the Illusionist first. I wasn't using the Gauntlets for editing, but just absorbing that thing. And I knew, if you really think through your hand, I knew I had a Rage and a Determination left. And the Swiftness. Well, I wouldn't have had the attack. But I knew I had enough attack to kind of make that happen. So I think that's just a better play. And I think it'll be a much more interesting playthrough because the other way was leaving me with crap. So here we are. That's a rough first round. That is not a first round that makes me feel very warm and fuzzy about how the rest of this is going to go. We still have 6 mines now that we have to liberate. We're going to have to average 2 around. That's going to be a tall order for sure. Adam says rough start. James Rodriguez says, "Whoop! I'm a bit late. What's up, everyone? Happy holidays. Hope you have a great playthrough, Greg. Although I see a bunch of wounds already." Adam says, "Gonna have to use motivation this turn." And Madi says, "Mobile Medicine Skirmish will give you enough fame, but that could be too many turns." Yeah. So that all kind of worked. We got, fortunately, Toback went pretty slow, so we had enough turns to get here. Siege the Mage Tower. We did a recruitment. We rested. We defeated the skirmishers, and then we were able to do another recruitment. So we had 6 turns in the first round, thanks to Tovek being mad slow here. But yeah, that's a rough round for sure. Woof. Woofity woof. This is going to go here. This is out. Speaking of woofity woof, I might have designed a woof t-shirt that I haven't released yet, but we'll see. Stay tuned. We have 3 more suckers coming out. We have the Utsum crossbowmen, we have the Northern monks, and we have the peasants, none of which can be recruited in the Mage Tower, so it's good I went and got the Guardian Golems while I had the chance. We have a black, a white, and a blue. This goes here. I feel a little black and blue after that first round. This is going to be a super ridiculous thing if I can pull this off. We have the Chilling Stare is out. These come down. The new advanced action in the advanced action offer is, I'm sorry, Explosive Bolt. We actually add Chilling Stare to Tovak's deck here. This is good. We're adding a blue crystal to Tovak's inventory. This is out. These come down. The next spell is Flame Wall, Flame Wave. Great card. Obviously, don't know if it's going to be everything I need. We're going to get my starting hand for the first night. We have a Wound. We have a Rage. We have a Threaten. We have another Wound. And we have a Stamina. Yikes. I don't have a red. This is so bad, man. I do have a blue. I can get a white there. This has been really bad. 6, 7. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to get Preparation. Get Noble Manners, which is on the bottom of my deck. Wow. Wow-a-wee-wa. That's not great. I'm rolling a die for Tovak. It's a 4, so they're first. He's taking Midnight Preparation. Alright, add this to my deck. Tovak's first. Don't be blue. You know it's going to be blue, right? Oh, green, green. So the 2 dead cards and a white. Oh, another dead card. Awesome. My turn. I'm playing Noble Manners, powering it with a white. So that's influence 4. I'm going to... Oh, no. Oh, it's +1 fame. It's not the reputation. You guys, right? You get the fame either way. All right, so I didn't necessarily need the white. Well, getting a reputation back up was very helpful. I'm tempted to use motivation already, which is bananas. Influence 4, influence 5. Great. Influence 4, influence 5, 6. I'll keep that white there, especially since I know I have Wings of Night, which can definitely come in helpful. And then I'm going to do influence 7, 8. I'm going to spend a blue mana, and that's going to give me Mana Bolt, which goes on top of my D deck. That's great. Again, Mana Bolt's super flexible if I can get the crystals. When I play a mana, if I play blue, I get Ice Attack 8. If I play a red, I get Cold Fire Attack 7. If I played a white, Range Ice Attack 6. And if I played a green, Siege Ice Attack 5. But again, you always have to play the blue. So it's a little bit crystal and mana intensive, but I think it's going to be a really nice addition to my deck and give me the sliver of a chance. Since I did use Fame, I do get Noble Manners. I do get +1 Fame at the end of this turn. I just don't get the +1 reputation I get for doing the stronger effect of Noble Manners. But I don't really need influence cards for the rest of this round anyway, I don't think, because I'm basically just trying to defeat some mines. So we might not get any more units, which with the Tovak game isn't great. But, oh, man, I have these 2 wounds in my deck to start the round is also super crispy, man. And I don't have a green on the source, so even if I get Tranquility, I'm not healing too. I don't like my chances. That's a red. I'm drawing Uno Cardo. It's Mana Bolt. Act surprised, people. All right, Tovak. Oh, this can go down. I think I have to rest. Offering. And that's fine. I gotta get these ones out of my deck. They're gonna totally slam me up. All right, we have a blue. We have a blue-white. And we have a blue. 3 more cards. It's a red. It's a white. And it's a red. So they went through 9 cards in their first 2 turns. They have exactly 7 cards left. If they pull another blue on the next turn, I am in serious trouble. All right. My turn. Woof. I think I have to rest because I'm just gonna be cycling these 2 wounds the rest of this turn, and it's not realistic. It's not realistic. We're gonna rest. We're getting rid of the rage in these 2 wounds. I'm drawing 3 more. Determination, swiftness, and intimidate. Yikes. This is going very poorly. Tovak's turn. It's a white. Please stop blowing me up. We have a green, and it's a green. That's helpful. My turn. I'm going to move. Finally, I don't have the sources. Have been so bad. 2, 4, 5. So I'm moving 3. I'm going to explore 2. So I have 5 points of movement. I spent 3 to move into the desert. Remember, it's night. I spent the last 2 points of movement to explore. We have a green mine right in front of us, which is super helpful, and it's only moved 3 to get in there. We're going to put a rampaging orc face up here. It is the orc summoner. We have a magical glade there, and we have a village here. So this could be interesting, although, again, I got to be very careful in exploring, because if I explore here, remember the mine might be in a place where I really, really don't want it to be, and that could be super bad. So it might more sense to explore here and then here and just kind of keep building the map a little bit strange. Remember, when you explore countryside tiles, you can explore as long as what you're exploring when you're putting out a countryside tile is adjacent to a tile that's adjacent to 2. A core tile always has to be adjacent to 2 and cannot be in the coast, but the countryside tiles are a bit more flexible. So for this mine, we're going to put a monster enemy face down, and then we're going to put a rampaging orc enemy face up. If it was on the core tile, it would be a draconum face up. Here we have the Cursed Hag. I mean, this, I don't even know why I'm holding on to Mana Bolt, to be honest with you. Let me hold a determination because I don't have the mana for Mana Bolt. So I think that makes no sense to hold on to it, but in the future rounds, especially if I have some liberated mines, that could be super, super helpful. I don't have enough movement to get into there this turn, so I'm going to just draw 3, hopefully get 1 movement card, or concentration, a stamina, and a wound, because of course I'm going to get my last wound right at the very worst possible time. The Guardian Golems are going to be really clutch against the Cursed Hag, so that's a start. Tovak, it's a white, it's a red, it's a blue. You've got to be kidding me. So Tovak went through their entire deck. I have 2 more turns. I mean, there's bad, and then there's this playthrough, which is really bad. Wow. I'm going to use motivation. Hey, we get Wings of Wind, which is pointless, and swiftness, and a white mana. Excellent. I'm going to play stamina and Wings of Wind sideways for move 3. That gets me into here. I'm going to attack these 2 and hope for a miracle. We have the Hydra. Yikes. And the Cursed Hag. Alright, I can assign the Cursed Hag damage of 3 to the Guardian Golem. So look, first of all, range or siege attack phase. Red there. Reputation -2 is rough. I don't have a green mana. Oh, this is so bad. I think I'm gonna restart this, kids. I had a green mana, I could use concentration plus swiftness to get attack 5 and kill that dude. But that's leaving me. I don't I don't have green mana. How many of these can I block? I only need an attack 11. I can get attack 11 because I can combine them as long as I'm not using ice attack, which is fine because again Hydra has ice resistance. So if I was using ice attack and I combine them, then the cursed hag would also have ice resistance, which is super bad. How many of these can I block? Well, remember you cannot combine for the purposes of block. Each enemy has to be blocked individually, and the Hydra has 3 attacks of a 2 each. Oh, that's more helpful. Alright, so I'm going to assign the 3 points of damage to the Guardian Golems. If the Guardian Golems were wounded, they would get 2 wounds because of poison, but they are not wounded by that because they have physical resistance 3 and it's only a physical attack. I'm going to assign the physical 1 of the 3 attacks on the Hydra to the Illusionist. That 2 points of damage is absorbed by the Illusionist. That attack's fine. Now again, each of these attacks is separate, so it's not like I have to continue to assign damage from the Hydra to the Illusionist till they're wounded because each attack is separate. So with these other 2 attacks, I'm going to use the Determination card to block one of the other 2 attacks, and then that 3rd attack is going to go ahead and give me a wound. Hydra does not have Brutal, doesn't have Poison, so that's totally fine. It's just 1 wound, people. Add to the collection of wounds that I have in my deck. We're now going to go ahead and try to do 13 points of damage. I'm going to play I have this right. I'm going to play Swiftness, which gives me attack 3. I'm going to play Guardian Golems, which is attack 2, so that's attack 5. I need 6 more points of attack. This is going to be not great for my shtick here, but that's going to be 7 more points of attack from Intimidate. That is going to be, there's 3, 10, there's 12 points of attack. That's enough to kill both of them, but it's reputation -2 at the end of the turn, but I liberated a mind, so it's only reputation net -1, because liberating a mind gives you reputation +1. I'll put a shield on this. Since I'm ending my turn there, I will get a green crystal. I'll take that now before I forget. And I will get 8 points of fame. That goes from 9 to 17. Going to clean up my play area. I've gone through nothing in my deck. That's a green. That could be helpful if I get Tranquility, especially. Let me do my level up. I'm going to look at my next 2 skills. Extra range attack every turn could be helpful, but I also have Leaves in the Wind, a green crystal, and a white mana. But it's a once a round thing. I think this extra attack could be better. And now I'm going to get a card from the advanced action offer. Pathfinding could be helpful. Explosive Bolt could be helpful. I'll take Pathfinding though. Done. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5, so just 2 more cards. Pathfinding, Act Surprised, and March. We're going to go to Tovak's turn. He declares end of round. I never got my Tranquility card, so I'm not healing at all. If I go through there, I trigger an attack from the Illusionist, and that's not great. I might start on the Village, or I go to the Magical Glade, and at least I could heal up, but it's going to be 9 to get into there because it's night. Woof. If I go there and explore, I can get up to 10. So 2, 4, 9. which leaves me one shy from actually being able to explore. If I start on the village, I get some influence, I would be able to heal, so that's another, that would not be terrible. And then I could actually get some exploration done, save the green crystal. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to power. Oh, move cost of all terrains reduced by 2. By 1 to a minimum of 2. Oh, pathfinding will let me go through there for free. Ooh, that's nutty. Alright, I'm gonna play concentration, power this with the green from the source. Pathfinding, move 4. The move cost of all terrains reduced by 2 this turn. So this is 0. This is 0. This is now 3. I have 1 more point of movement left. Because it was 6. Oh, wait. It's 6. Because concentration adds 2 to pathfinding. So it's 6. So I have 3 more points of movement left. I'm going to use 2 points of movement to explore. I'm exploring here. It is the white crystal. And then I'm going to play March. And I have now 3 points of movement because I had 1 remainder because I had 6. I spent 3 to get into the forest. And I spent 2 to go there. So I have 1 more point of movement left, and I'm going to explore. I have 3 more points of movement left because I added March. So I'm going to explore here. It is the blue mine right in front of me. We do get a monastery, so we're going to add an advanced action to the unit offer. It's steady tempo. Do like that card a fair amount. Bam. The question is, I think I entered a magical glade just to get rid of a wound. These wounds are going to add up and be super nasty. I mean, the funny thing is I actually have the move 1 to go in there because it's only 1 because of pathfinding. But that's that would trigger an attack from the Orc Summoner, and that's not great. The other thing I could do, don't enter the Magical Glade. This is free because, again, pathfinding is still in play, and I can laser my last point of movement to go there. Pathfinding's nuts. Again, movement cost I spent 0, 0, plus 3. And then I explore twice, so that gives me to 7, and then that could get me here. I could try to liberate that mine, get back over here, liberate the blue mine, just take the 4 wounds in my hand if I'm not ending my turn there. I think that's the most efficient. It gives me a chance if I get a good attack, I can liberate the white mine, liberate the blue mine, and then move on my merry way. Just don't think I have much of a chance, but it gives me at least and then I just know the only mine I have left is that red mine, which is a centrally located mine. So, I'll be more likely to be on my way than the other ones. So we have the Prowler, I think that is. So it looks like Shrek, Angry Shrek. We're gonna have I am gonna end my turn on this white mine over here. We're gonna have a keep face down, so I'm not healing, unfortunately, but I still think that's the right play. I only have 4 wounds, which is not a lot for this scenario. We're gonna get monster enemies face down, including one underneath my feet. So this monster enemy goes face down here on that mine. This monster enemy goes face down here on this mine. And then we're gonna get orcs face up. The orc here is the Wolf Rider. And then the orc here is going to be the orc or beast. Again, I am standing on him. It's an adventure site, so I'm basically like scouting it out. I can see him like inside the mine, but I don't trigger an attack with him. So that's the end of my turn. That's the end of my round. The cards I never got to: Tranquility, Improvisation, Rage, Mana Draw, and March. Pulling 2 blues was very predictable and very unfortunate. So we're adding a white to Tovak's inventory. I'm going to get another green crystal into the round because the miner was very appreciative for what I've done for him and his family. And it's always nice to get a token of thanks. Crushing bolts being added to Tovak's D deck. Expose is going away. These come down. The new spell in the offer is Snowstorm. This is up. These come down. The new advanced action over here in the unit offer is going to be Mana Storm, and the new advanced action over here is going to be Ambush. There's still 1 monastery on the board. All the units go away. New units coming out. They're still all regular. We have Herbalists, Guardian Golems, and Thugs. I'm going to roll these dice. It's a white, a green, and a red. That's a good roll. And we go to round number 3. Going to shuffle my D deck and move it on. Whew! All right. Adams, you were still able to recruit 2 good units and level up twice. Didn't turn out so bad. Madi says, go back to the village and recruit the peasant and replace the golems. They are totally worth it. Adam says he's not the green mana. Madi says, oh, we cannot see the source properly. The internet is fuzzy. What color is it? Blue? Copeland, what's up, sir? Happy ho-ho, Greg. Wish I could hang around. It looks brutal. It is. Madi says, I gotta get off the train. Try to catch up later. Good luck. Thank you, Madi. And Paul says, you know you were going to need that gold mana. Yelp. Oh, from the yeah, so Paul's saying if I stayed at the Magical Glade, not only do I heal a wound, but I would have started this round with a gold mana. That is pretty strong, although I was able to cut down 5 points of movement and make it 1, so I think that just made the more efficient choice since I had Pathfinding in play. But we'll see. Man, just there are many things that have gone wrong. This Prowler's annoying. So the reality is when I get back to here, I'm going to trigger an attack either from the Orc Summoner or from the Prowler. And I think the Prowler probably makes more sense. The Orc Summoner is just me asking for trouble here. So, I mean, I could always get a white with the Illusionists with the combination of motivation and the Illusionist and be like, hey, this dude doesn't attack this turn. That could be great. I'm going to draw to my starting hand. I also have to shuffle Tovak's D deck. And make sure I don't space the blues in the spots where they're going to come up. Why can't I just put 4? I want a green card every 3rd card. Please, from the top. Green card, green card, green card. Excellent. Make it happen. All right, let's make this happen for real. We're going to draw 5 cards. We get a Rage. We get Noble Manners. We get March. We get a Wound. And we get Swiftness. Oh, man. I'm just drawing really bad. I do have... It is... Oh, but the night rules apply. That stinks. I think night rules apply in the mine. I'm pretty sure. Do night rules apply in the mine? Night rules apply as in a dungeon. So I'm going to get range attack 1 every turn. So it's not as good as I wanted it to be. Now that I've realized that I'm pretty much always getting... No, I still think it's worth it. Attack 1, attack 1. I don't know if I got the white crystal and the green mana, the green crystal I think is going to be super limited for me. So I'll take the range attack 1 every round. Again, if every time I'm fighting in a mine, which most of my fighting is going to be only range attack 1 because night rules apply in mines, even if it's a day round. All right, I need to get one of these. I just take planning and hope I roll a 6. I mean, I could rethink. I'm just likely to draw wounds is the problem. And I'm likely to draw... Let me rethink. Roll 4 or 6, please. I rolled a frickin' 1. Oh, so awesome. It's so stupid. Tovak's first. Again. Rethink. I still gotta do the rethinking. So I'm gonna discard 3 cards. I don't need any movement, so I'm gonna draw 3 new ones. We get improvisation, mana bolt, and concentration. These get shuffled back in, so that was a good draw. The only thing that was sucked about that was I rolled a 1 for Tovak, so Tovak is not gonna give me any extra turns. Like, one of the reasons I did rethink instead of planning is because I'm trying to, again, get more turns than Tovak. The saving grace, the silver lining is I did get a very nice, I got a much more workable set of 3 cards than the cards I had. So should make this liberating this mind super easy on my first turn, but it wasn't a great. It's just not great that Tovak's gonna keep going first, especially when every turn he risks going through 6 cards. So Tovak's turn, it's a rage. So it's a red, a green, and a green. That's a good start. So Tovak has 15 more cards. My turn. I mean, any turn you can go through 6 of them. So it is what it is. I'm going to enter the mine. We have a werewolf. So attack 5, but I'm sorry, attacking 7 with swiftness. So it's 14 points to block it. That's not happening. And then we have the orc warbeast. They cannot be fortified. They are ice resistant and fire resistant. I will range attack. Kills him. All right, I'm going to play Mana Bolt. Yeah, I'm going to play Concentration to get a blue mana. I'm going to use that to power Mana Bolt, and then use one of my green crystals, and that's going to give me Siege Edge Attack 5, which is enough to kill the werewolf in the Siege and Rage Attack phase. And now the werewolf, I... it's my only way to get a blue. It is my only way. If I can get a blue any other way, I would have been able to use Concentration with Swiftness to wipe this guy out too. It's only block 3, so I think I just do the block 3. I still have to die in the source, and then I can get this. Oh, that will work. That's fine. So I'm going to... I don't want to wound the golems. I could make him not attack, but that seems silly. Yeah, let me just use these cards maximum efficiently. So I'm going to use Improvisation, discard the Swiftness, so that is block 3. Again, the Orc Warbeast has Brutal, so 6 points of damage if not blocked, but it's still only 3 to block. And then I'm going to use this red to power this Rage. That's attack 4, and then I'm using this. That is attack 5. Again, that is only ranged attack 1, which becomes just a normal attack 1 in the melee phase. So I still have my motivation skill, I still have both my units, and with 5 cards I defeated 2 enemies. That was super efficient. No change in reputation, and that's going to be 8 fame. So I liberated the mine, so I do get a change in reputation there. That's 8 fame. I go from 17 to 25. That's another armor. My card draw is up by 1, which is super helpful since I have 4 wounds in my deck. Rolling that die, it's now a white. These all go out. I'm going to get a white crystal because I liberated that mine. Now I can put a shield on there. And Mana Bolt plays some dividends. Hopefully I can get there, liberate that quick. and I can get the red mine on there, liberate that, and then it kind of puts me with Wings of Wind and stuff like that. It puts me not in a great situation, but not an entirely hopeless one. So pathfinding kind of saved the day a little bit. So what I really want now is move 7 so I can get into there, and then hopefully I can kill that guy next turn. And we pulled off. If worst case scenario, I get move 2, and I pillage the village, and we'll see. But I'm drawing 6 cards. We get a swiftness, a wound. Swiftness is nice, and I can just pick that guy off. We get rejuvenate. That's nice. March, stamina, and intimidate. I don't hate it. 4. It's 7 no matter how I cut it. I have no wounds in my discard pile, so the magical glade isn't going to allow me to. If I stop there, I could throw the away wound in my hand, but remember I have rejuvenate. But it would give me a gold next turn, going back to Paul's point from before. That I don't hate. I am running out of movement cards though, right? No, I haven't used any. So that's helpful, and I still have pathfinding. Tovak's second turn, let's see what he does. He gets a white. Oh man, he's so rich in blues. This has to be blue, of course. So he goes through 9 cards in 2 turns. He has 9 cards left. He did peel off his blue-white card, so that's helpful, but he still has 2 blue cards in his inventory, or in his deed deck. The problem is I still have this map got built weird. If I go here, I'm gonna have to kill him eventually, and it's just super not action efficient. I can use the move 4, use the white. Do that heal. 3 wounds left of my deck. Alright, I'm gonna use rejuvenate for heal 1. I'm going to use power march with move 4. Do I keep that green? I don't even know what other cards I'd want to power that need green. Oh, it's a pathfinding. Let me hold on to that green. So March and stamina gives me move 4, gets me there. I'm going to play swiftness, power it with a white from the source. That defeats the Prowler. +1 reputation, +2 fame. And then I still need to move 3 into there. Pathfinding would make that rather easy. So I'm going to roll this die. It's a gold. Night rules apply in the mine, so I cannot use that gold in the mine. Which would, yeah, so yeah, Paul, that is an argument. Hey, getting a gold isn't really that helpful if I can't use them in the mines anyway. So I keep going back and forth on that. So stamina, mana draw, crystallize, well, determination, and march. Wow. Not a lot of attack. I'm going to have to use motivation next turn to hopefully pull an attack card. I still have a rage. I do have my intimidate card out. I still have another swift. Now I use both my swiftnesses too. Rough. Tovak, what's up, kid? It's a red. It's a blue. It's a red. So one more card. So they have 5 cards left in their deck, including 1 blue. So as long as I can avoid that blue, I will have a couple more turns here. My turn, I'm going to play March. Crystallize sideways. Gets me into here. I am going to attack this turn. Oh wait, before I do that, how much attack do I really have? 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from that. I don't have a red. I can get a white and turn it into 2 reds though if I really needed to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get up to 12 attack. That should be good. And then I could also say something can attack. Maybe I hold on to the motivation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 of those are wounds though. Do I need that white mana? I don't need the white mana. So I'm going to hold on to the motivation for this turn. I'm not powering anything else with a white. Except for Illusionist. And I might need to use mana draw. I don't need the green in there. I can't use the gold. So I'm going to hold off this turn. Let's see what this is. It's a Manticore. Well, that's interesting. You don't want those wounds. I only need 10 points of attack. So in the range or siege attack phase, I'm doing nothing. In the block phase, I'm going to use the Illusionist. Target unfortified enemy does not attack. I'm going to power that with the white. Now in the attack, and then I'm going to assign, so again, I'm assigning the Wolf Rider's damage to the Golems, 3 points of damage. He has physical resistance. He absorbs that, no wounds. The Illusionists have prevented the Manticore from attacking. That's totally legit. So now we're down to the melee phase. Again, neither of them have physical resistance, so I can combine them. We have attack 1 from that. Attack, I need to get a red. Yeah, there's no way around it. So I'm going to have to play mana draw. Yeah, Manticore has swiftness, so I would need block 8. So I'm wondering if if I used another red for Guardian Golems, that gets me block 4. I'm still 4 short. You need block 8 to block the Manticore because of the swiftness. So I'm gonna power the mana draw with that. I'm gonna turn this gold die. No, I'll turn this green die into a red. We'll get 2 red mana. I'm only using 1. I'm using the 1 for Intimidate. That's attack 7. I'll hold on to Determination because I'm not going to use it. So that's attack 7, attack 8, 9 from the Golems, and then attack 10 from the skill. Again, Night Rules apply, so I only get the 1 there. So I've defeated both of these suckers. That's 8 fame. That gets me from 27 up to 35. That is going to be another level up. These mana go away. I'm gonna no, this die stays red. I'm gonna re-roll this white die. It's green. This is up. These are out. I did liberate the mind, so I used a stronger effect of Intimidate, so -2 reputation, but then black +1 because I liberated the mind. I'm gonna get a blue crystal from that because now that mind is active, and I'm gonna do my level up. Oh, I should have been adding Tovak skills in my prior 2 level ups, so this should be out there. That could be helpful, but I have a bunch of movement stuff. That's fine. So the 2 skills I added from Tovak are double time. Once a turn, move 2 during the day and move 1 at night. And the other one is the resistance break, -1 armor per resistance shown on the enemy. So we have interesting. Neither are great. Not gonna lie. For my current setup, so you have leadership once a turn when activating unit at +3 to a block, +2 to its attack, or +1 to its range attack. Or the other one is inspiration once around, except in combat. Flip this to ready or heal a unit. I will take the +3 to a block. Eh. No, I think I need the once a turn I can ready a unit. This makes a little bit more sense. Makes a little bit more sense at this point in the game. So I'm going to draw to my hand. Oh, I get a advanced action. I'll take ambush. Gives me some movement I need. I have a green. My whites are pretty much used elsewhere. It would be really great if I could pull Wings of Wind into my hand. So we get ambush. We get a wound. We get Wings of Wind. Nice. And we get pathfinding. And my card draw is 6. Woo! Let's see what's up. I have Clever Swine just saying hello, getting the house ready for some board gaming at noon. Awesome. Pacific Standard Time. Brian Scott, Merry Christmas, Greg. Hope you had a wonderful day. You too, sir. Lots of great gifts, fun, friends, family, and food. I'll be getting Hoplo Victorum to the table this week. Looking forward to it. Night rules apply in mines. Yes, they do. I have organized Hoplo. I don't know what I'm diving into that game. That and Frosthaven, like just some review copies are really taking, like, I just feel a little bit of a pressure to kind of get through them. The publishers want to send me something, I want to make sure I feature them sooner rather than later. So I will be getting to Hoplo and Frosthaven hopefully mid to end part of January for sure. I'm getting it. Yes, I. I get the weirdest notifications on my computer sometimes. All right. Oh my God, stop it. Adam JC, instead of Murphy's Law, change it to Greg's Law. And Nishad, haven't caught one of these in so long. LFG. I love it. Brian, can you use units or orcs enemies of a mine as technically they're outside of a mine? Or am I getting too thematic? Can I use units on orc enemies of a mine? Yes. Tony, the mines are bigger than dungeons or tombs. He can use units. Yeah, units are absolutely usable on mines. This game would be brokenly. I mean, it's already the hardest scenario, I think, at its base level. If you couldn't use units, I just can't even fathom how stupid hard that would make it. So yeah. I don't know. We liberated 3 mines. Oh, we're so behind. We're so behind. There's a chance we can liberate the red mine, but I would really hope. Ugh. Move. Oh, I do have pathfinding in my hand too. That's super interesting. I could do a bananas movement turn next turn, and then Wings of Wind. I don't hate it. All right, let's see what happens. Tovak. Oh man. Oh, that's the blue card. Good. And the next card. So green, blue, white. One more card. Tovak's giving us lots of time this round, despite pulling 1 blue. My turn. I'm going to not use motivation. I still have 2 wounds in my deck, so lots of woundos. All right. Oh, but I need a white. Do you have any other use for a white? Not really. I haven't seen Noble Manners this round. I don't think it makes sense to use motivation this turn. I'm going to use Pathfinding, power it with this green because I want access to that gold to power Wings of Wind. Pathfinding is move 4. The cost of all terrains is reduced by 2, but I still have 4 points of movement. I'm moving here for free, and now I'm spending 2 of the 4 points of movement to explore. Is it the red mine? It is the red mine. That's interesting. We have an orc here. I do want to get this last thing out as well. So maybe I don't need Wings of Wind. Oh, that's weird. This is there. That is a... I freaking always forget what they are. What are you? Cthulhu Baby, Orc Tracker. Cthulhu Panda Baby. I have 2 more points of movement from this. I need to set up the mine. It is a monster enemy face down. Explore. That's the coast. That's the... how's this coast working? I can put the last countryside tile here. That's interesting. And then 2 core tiles here. It's a little... I'm gonna have to move things down, obviously. I need an orc enemy to go on top of this monster. That is another prowler. Scout. What are you? Prowler. Problem is, if I put a core tile here, or countryside tile here, I have 1 more countryside tile. I just basically got to dump. I got to be careful where these core tiles come out. I mean, I could try to get a core tile here and here. So one thing I could do is just go there just to dump the core tile, then end up there, liberate that, move through there, explore, and hope the city's here, because the red city there would be rough, because I'm going through 2 dragons. But I am at a weird spot where all of a sudden it's looking realistic to maybe pull this off at the magical last round. I can also, oh man, I could recruit the herbalists. I don't have any influence. I cannot recruit the herbalists. Just joking. No herbalist recruiting. All right, I'm going to move here for free, spend the last 2 points of movement. Yeah, I should have totally gotten agility with the number of... Nah, not that bad. It's not a big deal. I'm wondering if I could use Wings of Night. I don't have a black on the source. Never mind. Just joking. I'm going to explore up here and get the last core tile out. So we have a dungeon. We have another monastery. So sad. The only thing sad about Mind's Liberation, among the many things sad about Mind's Liberation, is that I'm not burning down any monasteries ever. I'm getting these 3 tiles off the board because they're just making things hard. I will put this to indicate the center. Where the heck's the coast? These 2 locations would not be coast. Coast would be here, here. Yeah, this would not be coast. So this is like the center. Coast would be here and here. And then over here. So this is 2. This would be coast. Yeah, so I do have spots here. So I don't think the coast is a concern. So we have a... Oop, this is not oriented, right? That's right. So we have a dungeon. We have a monastery. We have an orc. Monastery puts another advanced action in the offer. This orc is the Ironclad. Another advanced action in the offer is Refreshing Walk. This is up to 2. Don't think I have the action economy to worry about that dungeon, although it is fairly tempting, but it would be very luck dependent. Whether it's worth it or not would be very luck dependent based on the top 2 artifacts. All right. So that was all 4 points of movement pathfinding. But again, the cost of all terrain this turn is still reduced to 2. Reduced by 2. Oh, reduced to 2. Oh. I cheated. I thought pathfinding looked broken. I don't know what I did last round. I definitely shouldn't have been able to start over here. So it is what it is. Let's play it right. So I definitely need more points of movement. Sorry about that. So I would have had to spend that. So it's reduced to 2. Great. So to a minimum of 2. Right. So I basically gave myself an unbelievable. I was using this like Song of Wind last turn instead of pathfinding. So playing it right this round, this was 4 points. This was 8 points of movement. It was 2, 4, 6, 2. Oh, sorry. What was it? Yeah, 2. Explored 4. Moved 6. Explored 8. I need 4 more points of movement to get in there because everything's reduced to 2, not whatever I was trying to do before. So sorry about that. I will not be powering. Ooh. Yeah, there's really no way to make good use of Wings of Wind now either. That's silly. And then I'll just play Wings of Wind. I'm going to spend 2 points of movement with Ambush and fly over here. Great. So, yeah, that's the only way I could make that work. Because I wanted to get that all explored. I get over here. I don't have a black crystal to use, a black mana or a black dye and a source to use Wings of Night, so that doesn't matter. I would like to have Ambush, but it is what it is. So I needed to spend the 10 points of movement total because it was I moved 2, I explored, I moved 2, I explored, and then I played Wings of Wind. I spent 2 more points of movement to move 2 spaces. This is a safe spot because it is not a again, it's an adventure site. It's not provoking any attacks automatically, and now I can go ahead and hopefully try to liberate that mine next turn. So yeah, I definitely made. I was making pathfinding. I was like, I don't ever remember pathfinding being this good. Well, there's a reason for that, Greg. It's not that good. No, it's a helpful card. I definitely don't mind it. But anyway, I'm going to use this card to refresh to Guardian Golems. Ooh, is that a special? Because it might actually be better to get the Illusionist. So you guys can't attack. Inspiration is a heal effect, so I cannot use it during combat. That's an attack 4. I don't really have the crystals. I could get a white though. From that. Let me draw it on my hand limit and then we'll figure it out. So I draw 6 more. So wound. There's my 3 wounds. Rage and threaten. Motivation. Noble manners. So bad, dude. It's really bad. And I get a white mana for use on my next turn. I have max 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attack. And that's 11 if I get the 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 11 if I get these guys, the Guardian Golems back. Three of those are going to be used on the man, I think I have to get the Illusionist. I really do. I don't know how I do this without the illusionist. So I'm gonna heal the illusionist at the beginning of my next turn. I'll just do that now. Alright, Tovak's gonna go. He's gonna declare end of round next turn. My turn, I'm going to enter this mine. What are you? Alright. That works. So I can group them. I would only need 9 attack. I was worried about getting Medusa, so that's why I wanted to get the illusionist back. I'm going to use the illusionist to say that the Cryptworm cannot attack. The Prowler is going to attack, however, and since they're both attacking more than my resistance values for either the Golems or the illusionist, I don't want to wound them. I'm just going to take 2. I need 2 points of heal either way. Oh, man. I will wound the illusionists. I can heal them for free next turn. That's fine. I'll wound the illusionist. It doesn't matter which one I wound. So I use the illusionist to say the Cryptworm didn't attack. I'm going to assign the 4 points of damage from the Prowlers to the illusionist. Their resistance absorbs the first 2. The next 2 actually wounds them. That's fine. And now we go into the melee attack phase. I'm going to power rage. That's attack 4. This skill gives me attack 5. The determination gives me attack 6, 7, and then these 2 cards sideways give me attack 8, 9, which is exactly what I needed. So I definitely got a bit lucky there. That's going to be 7 Fame. That gets me up to 42, plus 1 reputation. And that's all she wrote. I will get a red crystal. So I did liberate all of the mines on the countryside tiles. And we have explored everything except the 2 core tiles. I have nothing left in my D deck, so it's going to be the end of the round. I'll get these cards back. This goes away, and I'm just going to use this at the beginning of the next turn to heal this guy up, because the illusionists are important. Alright, so 3 wounds left in my deck. I don't know. There's going to be a big asterisk if I pull this off, because I made Pathfinding into an unbelievably overpowered card. Trying to think what I did. Probably saved myself. I moved here for 1, and it should have cost me 4. And I moved here. I moved here for 3. Explored. I think I moved 1 more time for free. So I think I saved myself 6 movement that turn that I shouldn't have been able to save. So, you know, it's a thing. Yeah, I think I did free 3. Yeah, I was just reading Pathfinding wrong. So, oops. What's going on? Gonna teach the Red Cathedral and 1 other, then off to a local brewery. Nice. Paul says you can use your skill to refresh the illusionist and get a white mana from them if needed. Yeah. Sajit, well, hello. An unexpected showing from Team Manticore, but this will be a rather short one. Sorry, I cannot stick around, no doubt. I will watch most of your stuff maybe around the 30th. A lot of family going on. Family is definitely more important, sir. See, once I missed a stream and there was much cheatery, and there was much cheatery going on already. Massive asterisk. Yeah, you know it. I mean, I gotta cheat once in a while. This scenario is so freaking hard. But I mean, it's been interesting to I mean, how slow this started to kind of be in this place is kind of cool. But yeah, I definitely, you know, gave myself 6. I think it was probably 6, but it might have been 4. Uh, that I shouldn't have had. So there's no reworking it, people. It's just kind of move on. Another dual color card into Tovak's inventory. We're going to put 2 more advanced actions in a unit offer because there were 2 monasteries on the board which I have not burned down. We get Blood Rage and Blood of the Ancients. This card comes out. It is Song of Wind. See, that's what I thought I had. That's the one that reduces the cost by 2 to a minimum of 0. The cost of plains, deserts, and wastelands. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one reduces cost to 0 on plains. Awesome. We get a red there because flame wall. This goes down. This comes out. This comes over. Booyah. It is meditation. I should add another one of Tovik's skills to this offer, so we'll do that before I forget. Still no core tiles, so again, we got all regular units. Again, Shock Trees, Peasants, and Magic Familiars. I wonder if there's any way I can pull off one of those. I rolled 3 green, which is kind of magical. In between the rounds, all the miners are so appreciative for all my hard work. They're going to all give me 1 crystal each. So I'll end up with 2 reds and 1 of everything else. Which is not the greatest of inventories. And I'll draw up to my hand limit, which is 6. We get a, oh shoot. Do I only have 2 wounds now? Oh yeah, I healed 1 with Rejuvenate. Maybe I only got, no, there's 3 there. My bad. I should shuffle these in. I'm like, where are the wounds? Oh. They were on your card holder, Greg. Where else would they be? Alright, Sparing Power is a waste. I think I need to limit Tovak's turns because he's just going way too fast. And we'll make this work this way. So, Paul says, when I have a brain fart like that, like the Pathfinder thing, I just chalk it up to the powers that could be in Atlantis granting their noble servant a boon. I like this theory. Necrolatry. I'm sorry I butchered that. Love your playthroughs. Thanks for the content with a $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Do appreciate all the support. The December is always a funny time because like I always like I've lost last couple of years, lose some patrons, and I've get some new ones because I know like December is like a tough time. People are trying to afford a whole lot of gifts and stuff like that. So I do appreciate support, especially around this time of year. It's been a really, really fun year for solo playthroughs for sure. So a little extra meaningful to get a little extra support here and there as things wound up and we get ready for 2023. All right, let's draw some cards. Norowas, we get improvisation, pathfinding, swiftness, determination, stamina, and un wundo. That's Spanish for wound. Not really, but just go with it. We're going to now look at our cards for our tactics options. I mean, Long Night is tempting. Part of me is like, I don't know how I don't get Mana Search, because that's really bad. But I really might need some extra turns here. I might need some extra cards. I mean, I'm going to be blowing through this deck pretty quick. So I'm going to take Long Night and hope I roll a 3 or a 6 before I roll a 1. There's a 6. Excellent. So once this turn, when this is empty, I get 3 more cards. And if it's like a card like, you know, Mana Bolt, obviously it's a huge difference maker. What's not a huge difference maker is this guy who's going to attack me when I move here, and I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to block him. I don't want to take wounds from him. I don't want to deal with him at all. So remember, the tracker has an attack of 4 with Assassin, so you can't assign his wounds to units. So again, all those physical resistances are garbage. But he also has Elusive, so it's going to be 6 points of range attack to not deal with him. The problem with being Knight, I'm going to have to move 5 just to go there. Oh, man. Well, the other problem is I can't... I could put a core tile here, which I don't want to do. That is not the approach I want to make. That is not the approach I want to make. Hmm. Yeah, Wings of Women would be so cool because I could just like yoink. Just sidestep this dude because Wings of Wind doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. I can't spend a 6 attack on this dude, man. I can just fire block him and then not attack him. But as soon as I move there, my turn ends, which is also like really bad. And moving here to here is move 7. I didn't even realize how much of a pain this guy was going to be. What's a 3 fame? Oh, that's not worth it. Not worth it. Alright. Well, the joys. I'm going to move 2. I really don't have a choice here. We're provoking an attack. I'm just going to block them with the golems. And it is what it is. Right, I have enough other things to say unfortified enemy doesn't attack that I'm just going to have to hope I pull those at the right time. I'm not wasting any points of attack on that dude. No thank you. That will have to do. So this is out. I'm going to draw 1 card. It's concentration. I can explore next turn, and then we'll see where we go. I should have shuffled Tovek's deck. We'll be able to take stock of the good thing of exploring a place like this. Remember, the coast is now over here because this is the 3rd level, 4th level, 5th level. So it'd be like that's the middle. There's one on each side. Coast. Nope. Yeah, that's right. Could be coast. This is the 4th level. Coast. Keeping track of the coast when you start shrinking the wedge map. It's a skill. It's an art, people. Hopefully we can get this out and pull this off. All right, let's pull this off with Tovak. So mana pull. So we have a white. Again, I am using Arethia's deck for anyone that joined late. We have a blue. We have a blue. Of course we do. So 3 more cards. It's a green. It's a green. It's a red. So we only have 13 cards left there. So Long Night's looking a little bit silly. How many blues did we go through? Only 2. So that also makes me a little sad. My turn. I'm going to use concentration, power, pathfinding. I don't have much of a choice. That's only move 4 card in my hand. Ooh, I could power determination. That sounds silly. So that's move 6. I'm going to spend 2 points to explore there. Again, core tiles have to be put adjacent to 2 existing tiles. That is a fantastic tile. So blue mine right in front of me. Draconum's going to be face up. It is the Storm Dragon. We have a Ruin. It's going to go over here. And then a Keep's going to be face down. Keep is face down. The Ruins are face down as well because it's night. And the Keep's going to be face down here because I'm not adjacent to it and because it's night. And additionally, we're going to get a monster enemy face down. And a dragon face up. The dragon, again, is at the very edge of the mine. It is, of course, it is an ice dragon. I'm going to explore here. I still have 4 points of movement, because remember, I use concentration and power pathfinding. We know this is the red city, so we're going to get 2 more dragons. Wings of Wind could be huge here, because that could help me get across the city. The red city comes out. It has one of my shields on it. We're going to get another Ruins face down. I should have just done them both at once because I know what's on this tile by now to have known that I was going to need the same exact things. This is face down, and then we're going to get 3 dragons all face up. I'll start with the 2 that are not on the mine just for suspense. Over here we have a fire dragon. Over here we have a swamp dragon, and then on top of the mine, bringing in the illusionist. No, another storm dragon. All right, not the worst setup at all, but I am very Wings of Wind dependent to get over there because I'm just not going to have the attack to deal with all these guys. I have 2 more points of movement. Again, the cost of all terrain is not reduced by 2. It is actually literally reduced to 2. I don't think using the word reduced is unfortunate. It just like is 2. Just it's 2. The word reduced, that's why, because it's so easy to misread the little word there. So yeah, it is made to be 2, and I'm going to move there. All right, that was my turn. Again, 6 points of movement. Explore, explore, move. Everything's good. I have a decent amount of attack. I have a motivation skill. I have some illusionists. I've already used the guardian golems to get that blocked, but that was fine. I did not want to clog my hand up with some wounds. And we'll see. I have long night, and I have used very few cards. So, everything's going exactly well. I rolled a green because I didn't have enough greens. Amazing. I draw 2 cards. Hey, Mana Bolt. Mana Bolt in the green could be a good ice attack 5. What does that do for me? Not much. Excellent. And Intimidate. Woof. All right, Tovak. Tovak's gonna get a blue because of course he will. So we have a green, a white, and it's a white. 1 more coming off, so that's 10 cards. We have 9 left there. How do I feel? How do you feel about this, Greg? Do I use the motivation now? I think I do. I can make him not attack. I can make him not attack. I have Intimidate. I got a white there. I have a blue and a green. I'm like going through all my crystals. Let's attack without motivation. Is motivation a special effect? It is. So I could use this in theory on during the attack. A little worried about Medusa. I could disband units. Never blocking you. I'm so crystal poor. I'm crystal poor. I'll get another blue here. Oh, range attack 6. If I'm using Mana Bolt, I'm gonna. Oh man. I'm worried I'm gonna need this later when I'm gonna have less good cards in my hand. Ice Attack's not going to be useful against this dude anyway. No, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use the motivation. Let's see what happens. All right, we have a centaur. No, a minotaur. And we have an ice dragon. I'm going to power the illusionist to say that the ice dragon is not attacking. The centaur is attacking with 5 points of attack, which doubles if I don't block it to 10 points of attack. So that's probably a non-starter. I'm going to use Mana Bolt. And this green, I have no blues. I mean, I have the blues because I don't have any blues, but that's a whole other kind of thing. So that's oh, that's ice attack. Oh, that's bad. So I would still need 14 points of it. I have no elemental attack. I need 14 points of attack against this dude. Rough. I think I do it this way. It's a little rougher, but that's fine. So, might get a little loud. My niece just came home, so hold tight. I think I do that. So I'm going to use the illusionist to say the ice dragon doesn't attack. This 10 points of damage, I'm going to basically just wound both of these guys. So the resistances soak up. The illusionist soaks up 2 points of damage. This is wounded, so there's 6 points of damage left to assign. The guardian golems absorbs 3 points of damage, and then they get that. So they've soaked up all that. No more wounds to my hand, and now I need 7 points of non-ice, non-physical attack, and I need 5 points of any kind of attack. So I'm going to use Mana Bolt, power it with a blue to make it work, and then the red triggers the cold fire attack 7. That's enough to kill the ice dragon because it is a cold fire attack. And now I just need 5 points of attack to defeat this dude. I will use improvisation with swiftness. That's attack 3, and then determination is attack 5. That kills the Minotaur and holds on to intimidate, which can be very useful later. So I didn't even use this skill. I still have my motivation skill. That's fine. Both of these are super dead. That's going to give me 12 points of fame. That gives me up to 54. It gives me +1 reputation as well because I'm liberating a mine, and I get a blue crystal at the end of my turn. 54 gives me a level up. That gets my armor up to 4. And that's helpful, and I still only have 6 cards to draw. All used mana goes away. These go into my hand. That mana goes away. All my units are wounded. Norowas is like, what's going on? I'm the unit guy. And now we're going to draw up 6 cards. This source is... I probably should have done mana search. Rejuvenate's helpful. A wound, so rejuvenate and 2 wounds in my hand is super helpful. A rage, and I would like... Wings of Wind, but alas, was not meant to be. Ugh. Alright, I definitely need Wings of Wind. I'm not trying to kill these dragons. That is not a thing that's going to happen. So, Tovak, what's going on, Tovak? He's got a red. He's got, oh, it's gonna be a blue. It's a blue. Who's shocked? Not me. So 1, 2, and 3. So Tovak has gone through 16 cards in 3 turns, and it has 3 cards left. So I have this turn. Next turn, I think I have 3 more turns. And I need Wings of Wind. Alright, I'm going to play Rejuvenate, power with a green. I heal 2. I have 1 wound left on my deck. Wings of Wind could be anywhere in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. I have 11 cards in here. Wings of Wind could be anywhere. So dropping cards is going to be important. I will need points of movement to get over there. So that's like another thing to remember. I do have that thing as well. Did I use a rage yet? I did not. So I still have another rage. I'm going to drop this at the end of my turn. I'm going to re-roll this. That's a blue. Hey, a different color. That's, not green. And I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 6. Stamina, March, Wings of Wind. Perfect. I could use that to get the white I'll need for that, and ambush. That could be helpful. We'll see. Tovak's going to go through the rest of his deck. He's going to declare end of round next turn. I'm going to use my motivation skill. I get 2 cards and a white, Noble Manners and Crystallize. I'm going to use that white, the power of Wings of Wind. I need a total of move 1, 2, 3 to get over there, so I'm going to use Stamina and Noble Manners sideways. That's move 3. I do not provoke rampaging enemies, and now I get over here. I'm not attacking it this turn, I don't think. I have Crystallize. I will power Crystallize. I will power with the blue to get myself a red crystal. And I will drop... I don't have any whites. Have I seen Concentration yet? I have not. But Concentration could be useful somewhere else. I'll drop... Trying to think of the rest of my deck. My hand limit is going to be +1 because I'm next to the red city. It's a friendly city. I know I have 1 wound in here. I'm not sure the swiftness is all that helpful. 14 attack already. Drop this March. If I roll a white, I'll be happy to have the swiftness. I will keep the swiftness. I'm also going to drop the ambush. I mean, the +1 to the first attack of any type or +2 to the first block, that's fine and all, but I'm not blocking the Ice Dragon anyway, realistically, so I'm going to have to do the 14 points of attack. Because again, to block the Storm Dragon, I said Ice Dragon, I'm sorry, but that's the Storm Dragon. Again, it's attack 4, swiftness makes an attack, I need 8 physical block, and then since it's ice attack, I would need 16 physical block, which is just not happening. So I'm getting rid of all 3 of these movement cards, and we'll hopefully get lucky with this card draw. So it's a red in the source. Don't hate that, because between the Rage and Intimidate now, that gives me a bunch of attack. So drawing 4 more cards. Its course is a wound. It's a movement card. So those 2 cards are awful. Oh, it's Threaten. That's terrible. And Mana Draw. Wow. So Rage is bottom of my deck. The one card I wanted. Oh, I draw 1 more card. Never mind. I'm next to the friendly city. Yay! I got my whole deck in my hand. Oh, and Long Night triggers, which is pointless, but I'll do it anyway, just for the sake of thoroughness. Add 3 cards to my D deck. 1, 2, 3. You're there. This is out. Woof. All right. Tovak declares end of round. I have 1 turn to get this done. I do not have an F attack to do it, though. Where's my concentration? Did I use it way earlier? I just forgot. I must have, right? When did I use the concentration? I don't remember. It's here. I must have used it. Wow. I must have used it to get a crystal of some sort. I don't know. I don't remember using it at all. Intimidate gives me attack 7. Oh, I'm attacking. What is it? We got the Shadow. Oh, man, they're both elusive. So we have Shadow and we have the Storm Dragon. I mean, reality is they give me 2 wounds, but I'm going to need 22 attack if I don't block them. And I just don't think there's any way I can block them. So that would be 7 attack. This is 11 attack. This is, I have no white, so I probably should have got rid of this. I knew you already used concentration. Yeah, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is not, these are not the cards of dreams. Yeah, I would need 8 block to block the Shadow. That wasn't happening. The most attack I can get is 11, 12, 16 attack. I could kill this dude, and then I'm back to where I was last time, 6 points of attack shy, and that's with cheating in the second round. Getting 6 points of movement I shouldn't have had. It is what it is. It did not start off well. I mean, if you don't, you really want to get one of those Minds of Rid that first round. The way that terrain came out was rough. I mean, I don't regret going after that Mage Tower. I think there was some upside there. Ending up with Wings of Wind and Mana Bolt was really helpful. Ending up with 2 units that were very usable. I just was never in a place. I was so behind. I wasn't able to take advantage of Norowas being Norowas. But even then, I never got Bonds of Loyalty out. Oh man, that was super rough. I mean, if I got maybe this skill early, yeah, I don't think. I think motivation is too clutch to not take it. If I ain't got that heal skill, I can start just putting wounds on these guys, and then I can just know I'm healing them up, because again, that's a huge amount of soak. But I only did that once, and then I just kept, Tovak, racing through his deck like that. I mean, even 1 more turn. I mean, I wonder what were the 3 cards I would have pulled up. I mean, it was another concentration and a swiftness. That concentration could have been, it's another 5 attack. It gets a lot closer, but mine's lib. we're going at this with Krang next turn, and if Krang doesn't pull it off, I think I pulled it off with Goldix, and I think I pulled it off with Arethia. on video. So Rethia, I think, was recorded. Goldex might have been recorded as well back when I was doing those sorts of crazy things. So I don't think I've tried this with Bravelar yet. I'm not that bullish Bravelar would have much of a chance, but maybe I'll do Krang, and if he doesn't do it, then we'll go with Bravelar. But then I do want to get into some other scenarios. So I've been actually talking with Thomas Willinger, one of my patrons. He sent me the book Here's Banishment. We were chatting back and forth. We had a brief conversation on Patreon messages about like doing that on the channel, but that's like an 8-hour playthrough. So we'll see. I'm considering it, but it's definitely something I want to get to. Maya said, hello, I got home before it is over. How is it going? Brian says, so close. Ball says, super tough scenario. You did well considering Norowas and how slow that start was. And Madi says, has Tovak already declared at the round? Yes, unfortunately he has. Chris with another super chat today. Thank you so much for the support. Happy holidays to you, sir. And thank you. Thank you. Again, all the support means a lot for sure. But this is it. We will be taking the next 3 days off. I have been streaming 10 weekdays in a row. So I did 4 in a row 2 weeks ago. I did every day last week and then today. So it's been a really nice run. 3 days off. I'm going to be visiting family, so it's our turn to go to them for the next 3 days. But I'll be back on Friday. Gaia Project. I want to go. That's going to end the year. So on the 30th, we'll be here with a playthrough of Gaia Project as the Baltex. I also have a couple of Fold in Space inserts I want to show off. Thanks to them for sending me some review copies of their products. They're very, very impressed. And then we'll be back next week. Schedule still a little up in the air. Got a bunch of stuff I want to do. I've had to push Resident Evil off for a couple of weeks now, so I definitely want to get back to Resident Evil 3 and a couple of review copies. The next 2 review copies up that will be new to the channel: Starship Captains, which is a very interesting game. I'm disappointed it's beat your own score, but I like a lot of what it does. I think I'm going to end up liking that game a lot more competitively than solo. So we'll see if I can kind of get that into my game group to start getting their reactions to it. And then Warp's Edge for sure is going to be on the channel soon. I want to revisit Set a Watch. I want to revisit Australia. So lots of ideas and things. So any things that you really want to see, always put them in the comments and let me know, and I'll be sure to try to cycle in what I can based on popular demand. Madi said with Arethia, could be doable if you get lucky and enjoy your wound management skills early. Yeah, I pulled it off with Arethia on the channel. It was a crazy last turn. And I don't want to spoil. If anyone hasn't watched it, I would definitely recommend watching that playthrough because that was nuts. But this Minds Liberation initially came to the channel with, it was a patron challenge from Dave Laporte, and it was like the last turn was absolutely bananas, and I pulled it off. I'm pretty sure though, if you go in the comments, I probably cheated somewhere too. So, but as Paul says, I didn't cheat. I got a boon from the gods of Atlantis. Is how that worked out. So I'm definitely stealing that from Paul to Judas trademark. For sure. Warp's Edge is great. Also love Set a Watch. Yeah, man. It's crazy how many good games there are. It is a great time. It was like Suzanne from Dice Tower and Liz Davidson from Beyond Solitaire were on Twitter talking about just there's never been a better time to be a solo gamer. It's just absolutely incredible. And for me to have like a Mage Knight and a Spirit Island, I know I can fall back on every week because I know them, I get them on the channel and I absolutely love them. But then I can still have the time to learn these other games and kind of introduce them to you all who may be looking for more games to add to your collection. It's been a really fun rhythm that I've been able to get into, and the live streams have really made that possible. You know, if I was still editing the videos the way I used to, I just did not have the time to get all that content. So Paul says all yours. I'll still give you the trademark, man. Brian says, I am interested in your opinion of McKee. I am too. so that makes 2 of us. With my compliments. Excellent. No, I appreciate that. So this has been fun. Again, everyone, I hope you have more festivities in order. I'm sure more of you are back to work than you want to be in that little work week between Christmas and Easter. Well, Christmas and New Year's. But hope everyone's still enjoying what's left of the holiday season for sure. Really excited about everything going on into next year. But we still got one more playthrough before that gets here. So I will be back on Friday with a playthrough of Gaia Project. If you are there, amazing. I will see you there. If not, have an amazing New Year's celebration. Be safe and be merry. I don't know. All that good stuff. Ho, ho, ho. It is time to sign off. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, happy gaming.